What's up, everybody? Welcome to my unboxing of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System wireless controller. Now, this product was released by Nintendo in September of 2019, exclusively to Nintendo Switch Online members in the US and Canada. When it first came out, there was obviously some supply issues and was found to be sold out on a regular basis. But now that all the hype is about over, it seems to be readily available. When I ordered my unit, it was delivered within 3 to 4 days. So this controller is currently available on the official Nintendo website for $29.99, not including tax and shipping, of course. And you can only order 4 units per account. Nintendo states that this controller was specifically designed for use with the Super NES Switch Online collection of games. However, this is completely optional and is not actually required to play those games. They also want to make sure that you update your system software to the 9.0.0 version or later for it to work properly, but I'm pretty sure we've already done that. Since this controller was specifically designed for use with the original Switch, Switch Lite, and the OLED model, this means that it is not compatible with the classic Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But even though it is not compatible with that system, it was designed to both look and feel like the original controller that was released for that system back in the early 90s. With that being said, let's dig into this box and see what we got. And here we are. This is already out of the brown shipping box that they sent it in. Didn't think that was all exciting to show, and besides, it had my home address on there and like my whole government. Didn't think you guys needed to see that, but in any case, this is the box that it came in once you take it out of the shipping packaging. And the shipping box actually wasn't that much bigger than this unit here, so I can applaud them on that. We're not wasting a whole bunch of materials. No bubble wrap, no peanuts, no anything like that, just the box itself. It did have another cardboard sheath type thing that you can slide it out of, but other than that, this is pretty much the way it looks when it comes out of the box. Now, this is typical box. It's the Nintendo red, as I like to call it, a very, very bright red, unmistakable when it comes to Nintendo products. Up here on the front, it basically just says, it shows the Nintendo Switch Online logo. Down here on the bottom, it just simply reads, Super Nintendo Entertainment System Controller, and then it repeats that in 2 other languages. Please do not ask me what those languages are. But as far as presentation is concerned, it actually looks very good. I like the idea that it has this display window here, kind of ramping up the excitement. You see it, but you just want to tear into it and actually get to the meat and potatoes of why you bought this to begin with. There is nothing here on the bottom or on the sides. And then you have your typical Nintendo logo there on the top. Now, when it comes to the back here, hold that up for you. Still says the same thing back here. Obviously, Super Nintendo Entertainment System controller, and you have what it is and what it's used for on this side. And over here is basically a diagram showing you how to charge it and hook it up, whether you want to do it dock style on the TV, or if you want to do it in handheld mode here. This little blurb over here, we're just going to go ahead and read that. It just says Super NES controller for the Nintendo Switch system. This controller is for use with Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online games. Before using the controller for the first time, charge and pair it with your Nintendo Switch system. And over here, basically, it tells us again on several occasions that the controller is only compatible with the Nintendo Switch system, and that it is only you know, D-pad controller friendly. It does not have any Joy-Con functionality to it. So if we're going to be playing some different games that are not in the Super Nintendo collection of games, you may not get all the functionality that you would with a Pro controller or the Joy-Cons that come with it itself. There are some health and safety warnings down here on the bottom. Of course, it said it's made in China, but other than that, it's pretty typical. This charger right here is not included. It's just letting you know that you can use that, and that's just a typical Nintendo charger that I got with my Switch and, well, all of my Switches. But in any case, what actually comes in the box is just a controller and a USB-C charging cable. So other than that, presentation looks pretty good. Like I said, I'll give that a 10 out of 10. All right, let's crack this open and see what we have inside. Super excited about this. All right, there we go. Oh, okay. The cord just basically fell out, but we'll go over that here in a second. So looks like we have just plastic cover and box, just really nothing really special about that. So let's go ahead and take this out and go ahead and remove this from the plastic. So far, weight feels pretty good. Nice. So there you have it. Isn't that gorgeous? This is giving all kind of nostalgia feels. The weight actually feels very good, actually. And from what I remember, the weight is pretty much the same, minus obviously the cord. There is a grittier texture from what I remember from the original, but that may just be the fact that we played the original one so much that we've just worn it down. But I like the feel of it, and I actually like that added grit, because it does give you some grip. You know, if you're playing certain games and you're getting all stressed out and your hands might get a little sweaty, I do like the fact that it does have that added texture to it. But it feels great. It feels very comfortable. Let me turn it around here. It feels very comfortable in my hand. Everything looks like you can reach very well. Yeah, the dimensions are pretty much, I would probably say, exactly the same when it comes to this one and the original one that came out. The front, typical buttons, the D-pad. Oh my. Oh, that feels awesome. I love the D-pad on this. You could just roll it around. A little bit different, obviously, from the Joy-Cons on the Switch. It is very similar to the Pro controller. Actually feels very similar to that. The X and Y buttons on this are basically concave. In other words, it dips down, you know. And the A and B button are convex. Yes, I'm using special words, but in any case, as far as the buttons are concerned, they are right now a little bit stiff, but obviously because we haven't broken it in yet, and believe me, we will be doing that. Let me see the bottom here. Okay, we have the sync button down here. You want to sync it to your Switch, and of course the indicator lights letting you know which controller you have for like multiplayer functions. And on the top here, we do have the same bumper buttons, shoulder buttons, whatever you want to call it. Those feel very good. A little bit on the clicky side, but not a real big issue if you're just playing. Now, if you're a streamer, that may present a little bit of a problem, but again, not a whole lot if you have some pretty good filters on your mic. Now, the added parts of this are the port, obviously the USB-C port, and of course the ZR and ZL buttons. They're a little tight. They're a little on the stiff side, but okay. that's fine. Once you brace it, you know, on your palms and hit those buttons, it's perfect. And with my hand side, you don't accidentally hit the bumper buttons either. So that's actually good. I might have liked it better over here, but I understand why they put it there. It's still functional. It's still easy to reach, easy to engage. Like I said, a little stiff. All the buttons are a little stiff, but like I said, obviously we have not worked it just yet. The back, again, nothing exciting back here, just like the sides and the bottom of the box that it came in. I think I do remember that maybe there was one screw down here in the middle, as opposed to having the two screws there on the side to flank it. I think the back here, the logo would look a little bit different, but again, who's going to be looking at the back of this controller? Okay, maybe your Switch might see it often, but there's really nothing to look at back there. So here we have it. That looks awesome, feels awesome, and is very consistent with the controller, the original controllers that came out with the Super NES system way back in my day. And here we just have the typical cord. I'm not sure exactly how many feet we're working with here. Not extra long, but again, this is pretty much just a charging cable, so it's good of them to bring it with you. My other charger that it said is not included is obviously longer, and it did say that you can actually use that with it. So here you have it, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System controller. It feels awesome, and like I said, if you are a retro gamer and you know, want that nostalgia as far as playing the Super NES games, this most definitely is a collector's item to have. Now, as I mentioned before, this is only available to Switch Online members, basically, and you can only get 4 per account, I suppose. I don't know how many accounts you can have. I mean, you can probably get as many as you like eventually. $29.99, not including shipping and handling. In my opinion, it is a very good buy. But here we have it, the Nintendo Switch. Well, it's compatible with the Nintendo Switch and only the Nintendo Switch. But overall, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is most definitely a 10 out of 10 for now. We still have yet to actually sync it and play with it, but as it said, we need to charge it first. So I will be right back, and we are going to take this thing for a ride. Okay, now that we have this fully charged, let's go ahead and get this synced up. Now, I do have this set up with my other controller first to get it started. And grip. There we go. And grip. And let's go ahead and hit this. And there it is. Look, the icon is actually showing you the specific controller. It even has a different icon than the Pro controller or the other Joy-Con. So that is actually very sweet. Okay, and we are synced up. That was easy. That was easy as pie. And it feels great so far. It's nice and light. You don't have to worry about the cord in the back getting caught up or anything, or not being able to stand back away from the TV if necessary. Because again, I believe this has a 30-foot reach to it. So that is awesome. Let's go ahead and get a game started and see what it plays like. All right, now that we have everything set up, let's go ahead and find a game we want to play. I'm thinking, oh yeah, Punch Out. Let's do it. It has been a long time since I played this game, so do not judge me. Definitely minor circuit. We need to start very, very low. But to my defense, I will be paying more attention to how the controller actually feels and operates. Well, Gabby J actually might be in good shape to win. Okay, okay. Feels very responsive. Very responsive. I like it. The control itself actually feels very well. It's comfortable, it's resting very well in my hand. I remember exactly how this feels. And everything is looking good. Everything is looking good and feeling good. Everything is responsive. The controls are pretty much the same. This actually feels very good. I think Gabby is about to take us out. The idea here is just to and Gabby was successful. I am more than happy to give him that. So overall, I give this controller a 10 out of 10. The way it feels, the way it operates, and of course the way it looks. It's giving all kinds of nostalgic feels. I highly recommend this controller to you or anyone else you know who loves playing retro games on retro equipment. Until next time, I'm the Call Bearer. Peace out.